This is KSL Sunday Edition with Deanie Wimmer.
I'm excited about that we get to learn.
I'm excited to learn and do fun things.
Back to school is an exciting time. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on Sunday Edition, where we build up, inform, and celebrate Utah families and communities. Today, we're focused on back to school, both for students and for teachers.
I am very excited for the new school year.
Get our kids back in the classroom and engaged.
Because we are really trying to help these kids be successful.
So we do need, more counselors, social workers, those type of people in our schools.
Teachers weigh in on their hopes and concerns for the upcoming school year. Plus, summer learning is helping thousands of Utah children avoid the brain drain and meet a school bus driver who stepped up to help a student in need and ended up creating a lifelong connection. Let's start with the teachers. Many report to their classrooms this week to prepare and welcome students for the 2025-26 school year. We talked to a few dozen teachers attending a conference about their outlook for school, their biggest concerns, and signs of progress.
It's nice to see you, Brian.
I'm good.
Hundreds of Utah teachers attending the Show Up for Teachers conference are looking forward to a new year and meeting their students.
This is my first classroom, so I'm just barely trying to figure out how to set things up and all of that, and then getting everything prepped. So it's definitely overwhelming, but we're getting through it, and I have a great team and a great school.
I know what I'm doing at the beginning of the year, so that part's taken care of now. It's more of the mental game, getting psychologically prepared for all of it.
It means community. It means coming together and really learning and honing our skills and being able to work through and learn new opportunities.
I've definitely been putting a lot of stuff together this summer.
We asked the #1 challenge they face in the classroom, the most often mentioned, student mental health and behavior.
Student-wise, it's mental health. It's a lot of kids aren't knowing how to self-regulate anymore, so they're just kind of emotional messes.
Mental health, that awareness of what they're dealing with at home, and trying to make sure that our classrooms are a safe space for them to learn, grow, and sometimes that's really challenging for them. They got some tough behaviors. They don't know how to socialize with each other. They don't know how to act in the classroom. It's their first time at school, so it's really tricky.
I think kids now earlier feel a little more entitled sometimes, this is what I want, this is what I get, and if I don't want it, I don't have to do it.
Given concern about mental health, it's no surprise that when asked what is the best change, more than one teacher mentioned more counselors.
Getting elementary counselors in our schools. When we started off, most of us were covering 2 schools. We're starting to see more counselors just assigned to 1 school. And hopefully this trend continues so that we can better serve students.
Counselors, like our school had one that was shared with multiple schools. We now have one that's full-time at our school.
But the most common response on what is the most positive change, teachers feel more heard and supported.
I feel like we've gotten a lot of more teacher support, which has been nice.
The funding did just go up, so it used to be $250 a year, and now we get $500, so it doubled, which is awesome.
Having our administration really get involved and listening to what we're asking for and pitching in to help us make it happen. So we're excited about that.
Better funding. We're paying teachers a little bit better, which encourages people to actually join the career.
Changes, I think, in our pay have gone up.
I think that's one of the best things is they're listening more and we're able to advocate more.
Teachers told us their top concerns often revolved around lack of engagement from students and parents.
The apathy of students. Our students, I've been teaching for 23 years, and that's the hardest thing to deal with junior high kids is the apathy. A lot of kids just don't care. So they come to school for the social aspect, but I've had several students who did not do one assignment all year long.
Sometimes it's parental involvement, but last year I was really lucky and I had a lot, so hopefully we keep it up this year with parental involvement.
In my district, absenteeism. Many kids have other priorities, or families have other priorities, and sometimes school doesn't come first.
I think keeping our kids engaged and just wanting to be there and jumping in and being excited. I think we have a little bit lacking in that engagement, wanting them to be engaged and participate. We're competing against cell phones, and that's hard.
Other concerns from teachers cover a broad range.
Literacy can be a tricky thing just as we're learning and new programs.
I would say, yeah, just like lack of resources and funding is tricky because we are really trying to help these kids be successful, helping them to read, especially in kindergarten.
Things is so rapidly changing with AI that we are preparing students today for careers that in 5-10 years may be totally different than what we're doing now. That's the challenge.
I would say population growth. I'm starting to see a lot of higher classrooms numbers.
Within the first 5 years, general educators quit teaching at a 50% rate. Special educators is close to 70.
It's the curriculums that we're getting, especially our school. We have a really great curriculum program that we make in-house, and it really helps our kids learn.
Outside influences, social media, kids growing up with cell phones and smartwatches and not reading enough books.
Trying to meet, again, the expectations for test scores and trying to get the kids to make the jumps and the gains and the academic improvements and behavioral improvements as well.
And because it's Eagle Mountain and there's so much growth, class size is a big concern.
Getting enough technicians that can help.
Bottom line, teachers are eager to get back in the classroom and try their best to meet the needs of their students.
All of them having different abilities and capabilities and teaching to all of them at the same time. It's crazy, it's wild, but I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love my students.
We're excited. Yeah, we love it.
Here's a look at when some of the biggest school districts in the state head back to school. Students down south will be the first to return to the classroom as Washington County kicks off the 2025-26 school year August 11th. Alpine and Granite start the 13th. Davis, Canyons, and Tooele go back on the 18th. More than 739,000 students are enrolled in K-12 public schools here in Utah. Alpine is the biggest school district in the state with more than 93,000 students, but that won't be the case for long. After this school year, the district will be split into 3 districts. The 3 new districts in Utah County have already selected temporary names. Aspen Peaks includes Alpine, American Fork, Cedar Hills, Highland, Lehigh, and the Utah County portion of Draper. Lake Mountain will be the district in the northwest portion of the area, and Timpanogos will be the name for the south. These names will be used until each district's school boards decide on an official name. The state's current graduation rate is 88.8%. The dropout rate's 9.4%. During the 2023-24 year, schools across the state added 707 new kindergarten classrooms. Why so many? Well, this happened after lawmakers passed a bill providing funding for optional full-day kindergarten. And as of July 2024, 27 of Utah's 41 school districts reported that about 95 to 100% of their kindergartners were enrolled in full day. As the back-to-school shopping season picks up, inflation-wary consumers say they're curbing their spending on school supplies, new wardrobes, and tech. But some savvy shoppers are finding ways to save, and a little creativity can go a long way for your budget. It's almost that time of year again. With school supply lists in hand, parents are already beginning to shell out big bucks on books and bags, pencils and paper, crayons and calculators.
Over 2/3 of shoppers have already started picking up items for the season. This is a record high, up from 55% last year.
Catherine Cullen of the National Retail Federation says shoppers are bracing for the potential impact of tariffs.
Consumers are trying to get ahead of any potential price increases by shopping a little early, particularly for key items like apparel, electronics, and dorm furnishings.
A new survey from Deloitte found the economic uncertainty, coupled with the high prices on just about everything, is also leading many consumers to cut back, with plans to spend $570 per child on average. That's down 7% over the year.
We are seeing the continual impact of inflation on the discretionary items, being a little bit less affordable when the amount they have to spend on their households and on health is a little bit higher.
But as parents tighten their wallets, they're also getting more creative in finding ways to save.
We're finding increased usage of First, social media. This is the first year we're seeing a meaningful increase in the use of generative AI tools to support back-to-school shopping.
Those we spoke with say parents aren't necessarily using AI to make or complete purchases, but they are becoming more tech savvy and figuring out ways to use AI tools to better find deals. Coming up next, many students are also excited for school, especially since they didn't stop learning over the summer.
The field trips, the recess, the lunch, the snack, the dinner.
All those things are great about going back to school, but what's most exciting is these kids didn't lose ground over the summer. We'll show you why. Plus, a group of students getting new exposure to college and career in hopes they'll be first-generation scholars.